This report reveals major Padres lineup issue, as there is one glaring problem with the Padres lineup. What is that problem? How can they fix it? Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest with your host, Andrew. Today we're talking offense, we're talking lineups, we're talking big power problems. Let's, dive right into it. Before anything, please subscribe. So I have an article from AJ Cassavell, mixed with some other things, but Steven Souza Jr. had a nice little interview recently. This is from, of course, a very trusted account. Not that I would ever use news sources from troll accounts. I always vet and source everything. I would never, ever fall for a troll account, because Jenna Space Tolls is a completely legitimate account, and I and I do not fall for those kind of things. Okay, anyways. Steven Souza Jr.'s first and most important challenge as the new Padres hitting coach, expecting more power from an offense that has more power to be tapped into. So, of course, I'm not going to one-for-one read the article. Instead, I had my best friend ChatGPT summarize it for you, but shout out to AJ Cassavell. Read it on MLB.com is where I got it from. But Souza put the slam back in Slam Diego. Souza tasked with a big job. New hitting coach Steven Souza Jr. inherits a lineup led by Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, Jackson Merrill. On paper, an offense that should mash, but the 2025 results did not match the talent. They are 28th in MLB in home runs and 22nd in slugging percentage, aka we did not have the slam in Slam Diego. So Souza on the foundation of the lineup. There's a lot of really good players in this offense. I think having that foundation is good. Main challenge, unlocking power without changing identity. So maximizing the Padres offense. Roster changes. We have Miguel Andujar and Sung Moon Sung. In and out, we lost Arraez and Ryan O'Hearn. I saw Arraez said on an interview that he's not going to change anything about his approach, even though he had a not great 2024 and a not great 2025. So that just shows me that I am glad he's not on our team. No offense to Luis Arraez, but only a little bit of offense. Anyways, core contributors are largely unchanged. 2025 offense, we had 102 weighted runs created plus, which is slightly above league average being 100, so we were 2 points above average. Power was the missing piece. Souza on his approach, he said, what I am going to try and bring is controlling the zone, hammering mistakes. Not a swing hard philosophy, it's about pitch selection. So like I've harped on a million times before, Tatis Jr. really elevated his eyes last season. So what I mean by that is that he walked more, he looked at more obvious balls, he swung at less horrible pitches. So I've kept saying that if Tatis can figure out the power mechanics while keeping the good eyes and the good passiveness, I guess is the word, he could become one of the best hitters, not just on our team, but in the entire league. If he can walk, get a high OBP, and still hit for power, the sky is the limit. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm hoping Steven Souza Jr. can really preach in this offense. But Souza's arrival, what to expect. Former hitting coach Victor Rodriguez left for Houston. His whole thing is that the first year he's there, offense is amazing. For us, that was 2024. And then the next year, his offense is pretty horrible, aka 2025. That's not just for us. That's literally for like every single team he's coached. So I think he was for the Red Sox last time before Padres, and now he's on Houston. So Houston's going to have a nice offensive surge, historically, according to what he brings. But again, we don't care about Houston. But the assistant coaches remain. Manager Craig Stammen valued Sousa's communication style. Stammen on Souza. He's a very good communicator. He's very relational with people. Is that a word, a phrase, whatever? But Sousa's mindset, stepping into the role. I love hitting. It's been a passion of mine. I'd hope so. You did it for so long. But biggest test ahead, finding more power in a pitcher-friendly ballpark. Petco Park is probably one of the hardest places in the entire league to hit home runs out of. So yeah, hitting for power is going to be a huge challenge for us. We have what it takes. Don't get me wrong. We have power hitters. Machado's a power hitter. Not as much as he used to be, but he's a power hitter. Tatis is obviously a power hitter. Gavin Sheets is a power hitter. Jackson Merrill can be a power hitter. Like, we have good power on this team. We just have to unlock it, right? So how can you unlock it? Well, of course, we talked about Steven Souza and all that, but also I think it's important to talk about lineup construction. So Kevin Acee has 2 proposed lineups with the current roster. I agree with him. Laureano should remain in the top 4 unless he actually has a major fall off. He's earned it. So they have one. Fangraphs has one. Padres updated platoon lineups after the addition of Miguel Andujar. And then there's a fan one and a other thing, but we'll talk about these lineups real quick, right? So Kevin Acey's lineup projections, player snapshot. So this first left side is the Fangraphs projections for what they're gonna have next season, stat-wise. So Tatis will have 26. Tatis will have 26. Merrill will have 20. Machado will have 23. Laureano with 17. Shildt with 16 home runs. Bogaerts with 10. And Cronenworth with 12. Sung Sung with 12. Freddie Federmin with 7. So, how is this going to work? So, versus right-handed pitchers and left-handed pitchers, we're having Tatis number 1, which is fine, right? If he has the same kind of approach he has last season, I don't mind him having leadoff. I prefer our power hitters to not hit leadoff, but, Tatis does good at leadoff. I mean, he does, right? But Jackson Merrill will be batting second, which makes sense. He's a lefty. Machado will be third. He's always third. He's never not going to be third on both lineups. And then Laureano on fourth, which is cool. I mean, he does have pretty good splits evenly. Gavin Sheets being fifth makes sense. He'll probably be at first base. Bogaerts will be playing sixth or batting sixth. Jake Cronenworth below that. Depending on how they play, I can see them flip-flopping. And then Sung Sung, who will probably be DH, at 8th, and then Freddie Federmin 9th. And he will also be batting 9th against lefties. But Tatis, Laureano, Machado, Merrill, Andujar, Sheets, Bogaerts, Cronenworth, Federmin for lefties. So Tatis, he's much better against righties than he is lefties. But again, the speed and the eyes that hopefully carry over are why he is batting first. Laureano second against lefties, I guess makes sense. I don't think he's much of an on-base machine. He's more of a power machine. But when you have Tatis getting on base as often as he does, I don't mind having a power guy on second. I guess it works too. The same idea with him or with Jackson Merrill batting second then. But Machado is where he always is. Merrill batting fourth against lefties. I don't know if I love, but it's not like we have that many better options. You know what I mean? So cool. But then Andujar batting fifth. Sure. Gavin Sheets, who has actually had pretty good splits left and right. I don't know if that's going to carry over for next year. But if not, then we can have Sung Sung batting sixth, playing first, or DH, or whatever. But then Bogaerts at 7th, Cronenworth at 8th, because he's not great against lefties, and then Federmin is still 9th. So I don't actually hate this lineup. It's something that's entirely reliant on how much slug these players have, and obviously how they hit. But I think importantly more is a slug. So if Jackson Merrill can slug well against lefties, cool. If not, I would still flip him and Laureano. But I don't hate it, right? Miguel Andujar, if he hits really well too, he could also be batting second against lefties. I think for an opening day lineup, I can get it, but I don't think it's something that should be permanent. Because I remember Mike Shildt was very hesitant about changing lineup order. And I think I'm not saying you have to change it every single day, but pay attention to the stats. You know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid of the stats. Show me the splits. You know what I mean? Like, if clearly someone like Arraez last year is not hitting well where he is, batting second, maybe you shouldn't have him batting second. Maybe a hot take, right? And then Fangraphs, similar idea. This one has their stats from last year split. So Tatis had 20 home runs from right side. He had 5 home runs from the left side. So again, he is much better against righties than he is lefties. So I won't get to every single one, but if you want to look at it, feel free. But this one on the right side has Tatis, Merrill, Machado, Laureano, Gavin Sheets, Bogaerts, Cronenworth, Andujar, and Federmin. So they're not having Sung at all against righties, which I don't think I like. I think Sung is a left-hander, so he should probably play against... He should probably not be... Or he... English. Andujar should probably not be in the lineup against righties unless he's hot, right? So it's kind of similar, but a little different. Right. Against lefties, though, Tatis still batting leadoff. Jackson Merrill batting second, which I can see. Machado, Laureano. So the same for righties and lefties. And then it gets a little different when you have Bogaerts batting fifth, Andujar 6th, Cronenworth 7th, Campusano at 8, I'm guessing as DH. Well, obviously as DH. And then Freddie Federmin batting 9th. So they're projecting Campusano getting DH for lefties, which I'm not opposed to. It's entirely reliant on how he hits during spring training. But I don't think opening day I would put Campusano in the lineup. And I'll show you why in a sec, because we are going to play a lefty opening day. So our left-handed lineup is going to be our opening day lineup. But I don't know if I trust Campusano yet with the keys. I would still rather see Sung over Campusano, even against lefties. But Again, he has an entire spring to figure that out. So if he can hit like he did in El Paso, cool. Is he? Probably not. I mean, El Paso is a hitter's paradise, but can he at least get, I don't know, 20 home runs? Maybe. I would take 15, honestly. We'll see, right? We'll see. But if you don't remember, here's a lineup too from a fan. You might know him. If you want to look at it, feel free, but I don't want to get too deep into it. But the Padres, we're going to face Scooball, back-to-back Cy Young Award winner, Framber Valdez, the guy we wanted, who is going to be pitching very well in a place like Petco Park, and then Justin Verlander, who I'm a Tigers fan, right? I was born in Detroit, so I love seeing Verlander back. So let's put it this way. In the nicest way possible, we might be screwed. And I'm not saying I don't have faith in our offense. I'm saying you're playing Scooball, the back-to-back Cy Young Award winner. We have to do the most small ball play I've ever seen in my life if we want to do anything against Scooball, right? This man shuts down offenses. He throws 100 miles per hour like every pitch. So let's just say, let's put it this way. If we lose game 1, I would not be surprised. I think we have a chance of winning game 2, and game 3 is the highest chance we'll have, right? So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know where I'm going with this. I just wanted you to know it's going to be really tough to win opening series with a lineup like this. I think we still need a Rhys Hoskins. I think we still need, I know Castellanos is on the outs in Philadelphia. I've seen reports that they want to move on from him. Maybe they'll release him and then we can pick him up. That'd be cool. I don't know if it's realistic, but that'd be cool. Like, I wouldn't trade for Castellanos, but if he gets released, I would consider it, right? You give me your opinions on everything. But yeah, like I said, let me know. Do you guys agree with these lineups? What is your lineup? How do you want it constructed? Do you think Steven Souza Jr. will do a good job as our new hitting coach, or do you think he's going to do a bad job? Let me know. Let me know everything you want to let me know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Please subscribe as always, and go Padres. And remember, do not trust troll accounts on Twitter. Not that I would ever do that, but for you, don't trust them. Okay, bye.